Welcome back to the channel, everyone. My name is Darth Slone, your official partnered content creator for Expansive Worlds, and this is going to be our quick guide for day one for Sundarpatan. Now, I haven't found all of the zones, but I've found most of them, and I can at least point you in the right direction when you're wanting to go out there and start finding your zones anyway. But I wanted to start off with this right here. The gray lag and the woolly hair are kind of the small game animals. Anytime you see the gray lag flying over like that right there, you can put a decoy down like in a field like this and kind of make your own little spot for them, set up a tripod and hunt for them that way. So I'm not going to be including a map for the gray lag. I have found some zones for them, and there's one like right over there. You can find them in the south, close to where the Muntjac are, and maybe a little bit north of the river as well. But they're in different places, and you just have to set up in fly zones, and you can go ham on them. Really, I mean, they're kind of easy to hunt. And then the woolly hair, they're all over. There's no point in making a map. They are literally all over the map. So there's just something, they don't drink anyway, so it's something that you're just going to have to, those two animals, you're going to kind of have to scour your map and just kind of hunt them. And I'm hoping that I'll just come across one of those while hunting other things, honestly. But anyway, that marker right there is on a Bengal tiger, and we're going to go hunt it. And then I'm going to start going through the maps. There's plenty of maps in this, 11 of them to be exact. We're going to talk about the drink time, the class of animal, the equipment that you can use on them, and point you in the right direction of where you can go and find these animals, guys. But before we hop into that, please do me a favor, hit that like, subscribe, notify bell. This is a quick guide. I will be making individual guides on each specific animal and have it more dialed in as far as like exactly where you can find every drink zone and all that. But as of right now, this is a quick guide to get you started. Let's go hunt this Bengal tiger. Guys, I was making my way over. I think we're getting stalked. I don't know exactly where it's at, but somewhere here. Oh boy. Where's it at? I think the tiger that I was going to hunt has decided to hunt me instead. It maybe hadn't made it to its zone yet. Oh boy. Where's it at? Where's it at? It's gonna kill me. I don't know where it's at. Oh, there it is. I don't know what kind of shot that was. This might be the zone. This might be the tiger that I was going for, the drink zone, and it hadn't made it there yet. I'm glad this happened, because let's say that this isn't the tiger that I was stalking and it's a different one, or whatever animal, because a lot of them you got to sneak up on. Couldn't tell you how many times a wild yak, a water buffalo, a tiger has attacked me while I was sneaking up on something else. And at first I was keeping the rhino on me, the Rhino 454, in self-defense. Problem is, when you defend yourself, whatever animal you were sneaking up on, you've spooked it because it hurt the gunshot. So I started switching over to the traditional bow so it's more silent and I don't spook off the animal that I'm stalking. And it puts less pressure down, because sometimes if you've already killed 3 animals in that area and you kill that 4th animal, it deletes the zone. And so it's better to have a bow on you, because bows put down less pressure. If you kill that 4th animal there, it doesn't put down as much pressure and you can keep your zone. So let's see what kind of fur type we got. Orange again. Orange has been every fur type of tiger that I have killed. Now let's I've not been able to get a different fur type. It's driving me crazy. I don't even care if it's a female. Give me another one. All right, let's see. Let's check that zone and see if it deleted. That zone is still there, so that tiger's still alive. All right, let's look at my loadout. So as you start exploring Sundarpatan and unlocking it, you want to be ready for anything that you may come across. New maps have new initial spawn diamonds on them. Somewhere around 5, maybe even more. I have on me these 4 weapons. So the 7mm is for classes 4 to 9. The Tiger's class 9 covers it. So anywhere from 4 to 9. And then I have my 22 on me that covers class 1, and that's going to be your woolly hair and your gray lag, which we hear above. So you're here in the south, you can see a lot of gray lag. So that just leaves classes 2 and 3. Now, that's where I do my ranger. It'll go class 2 to 6, but I just shoot the class 2 and 3 animals with the 243. The red Muntjac is one of the ones that you want to kill with that gun. The 700 grain broadhead traditional tracer arrow, I'm using this recurve bow here, and that is my self-defense gun. At first, I was using the Rhino. Now, you can use the Rhino, just be prepared that when you shoot, you're going to scare everything off. That's the reason I like using this. I think I saw Lady Legend doing this first, and I was like, you know what? That's a great idea. Bows put down less pressure, number 1. And number 2, you're not going to scare everything off that you're sneaking up on, because even though there's only 16 tigers, guys, it feels like there's way more the way the game plays, because if you have heightened senses, if you get within 300 meters of one, they're going to stalk you and probably kill you before you get to whatever it is you're going to hunt for. Like there, I had a tiger attack me, or was getting ready to attack me while I was hunting another tiger. Let's look at where I have found tiger zones so far and where you can find tigers, and then we'll go through all the other animals. All right, guys, here is what I have so far on the tigers. Now, from what I'm hearing from Lady and I and some others I've talked to, once you shoot them, the zones will delete and they will hop around on any of these little small lakes down here. So that's why I have this big red circle. Is, you know, you don't know, you're not going to find them probably in the same zones that I found them in, and they're along the river here too, and they may even end up on this side of the river. This is just where I have found them so far. Once you shoot them, they're going to change locations. Find them again. We do think right now that there's 2 or 3 lakes that we haven't confirmed it yet, but we think that there's 2 or 3 lakes that they are hopping around on that you can kind of consistently get tigers to spawn back at, but we're not for sure. More on that to come when I do my more specific just tiger guide. Okay, but this is a super guide, so we're going to go through all the animals again. 7mm is what I'm going to shoot this guy with, the Malmer, because I just want to have, I'm still packing around tripods and tents and things, so I got the lightest loadout possible that covers all animals, because you never know what you're going to run into when you're still exploring your map. So anything that kills a class 9 animal, that's what you want for the tigers. And you can use a distress fawn caller to call them as well. If you spot them when they're calm and you want to call them to you, you can do that. All right, let's move on to the snow leopard. All right, guys, this is an easy one to talk about. The snow leopards are even more rare than the tigers. As you know, there's only 16 tigers on the map at one time. There's less snow leopards. Right now, me and a few others are kind of thinking either 8 or 6. Somewhere in that neighborhood. And I'm thinking it's either like, we'll say it's 8. It's either 4 males and 4 females, or there's another possibility I was discussing with iBuy just the other day. It could be that when you shoot these things, because I shot a male and I hadn't shot any other females or anything. I just shot one male, and then the very second one, and you can see it in my snow leopard video. I step out of my tent and there's a female snow leopard there. I hadn't shot any other snow leopards, so that was a female that was in the same place, same area that I'd killed the male when I was making the video, the introduction to my snow leopard video on my first hunt, and I killed a female. So I don't know if that female was already there and I just happened to overlook it, or if that female actually spawned off the male I shot. So I know traditionally you shoot a male, you get a male back, but maybe they've done something with these snow leopards or maybe even the tigers. Who knows? You might could shoot them and they kind of swap back and forth. I don't know how that works, but there's less snow leopards. Anyway, what you need to know is they do not drink, and you're going to find them in the top third of the map. So anywhere up through here, you're going to find the snow leopards. They're class 4 animals. So again, that Malmer works just fine on it, or whatever your favorite class 4 rifle is. But right now, I'm just packing that 7mm bolt action. You know, you can shoot 3 times with it. That's what I'm packing around with me right now. I just wanted to show you guys too where I get a lot of my information. It's right in game. A lot of people don't even know about this. If you click on the codex and then click on wildlife, you can look at any of the animals. Here's the tar. So I click on the tar, I can read about it, tells me a little description about them, a little history on them, and then recommended equipment. Unfortunately, all we have is class 4 ammo, so there is no collar for the tar, but I have kind of circled on the map all the areas that you can find the tar. It's a very easy map. Well, there's my dog. Hello there. How's it going, buddy? But let's look at that a little more closely. All right, as you can see here, guys, it's really comprehensive. They're in the top right portion of the map. In this area, you'll find your tar. Now, no drink zones. They do not drink. This is going to be interesting, guys, and I'm going to do a video about this later, asking for your feedback on this after people have had some time to hunt the tar. You can't just go through hopping tent to tent, hopping around and shooting a couple and then going and picking them up at drink zones like we have traditionally hunted great ones in the past. You are going to have to sneak around. Now, let's just say it takes 2,000, because you hear that number a lot, like the average to kill to get a great one. It's all RNG. I mean, I know people that have killed a great one in 17 kills, but let's just say the community average is about 2,000 kills to get a great one to spawn. How long would it take to kill 2,000 tar without drink zones? That's going to take a while, unless we figure something out on them. Can't put as many down, so it's going to be a challenge. But have they tweaked the spawn rate for the great one on the tar? We don't know yet. It's too early to tell, but it is, you know, the game is out for the public now, so we'll give it a week or so and see some feedback from everybody. But let me know your experience on tar and what you feel about them not having drink zones. So there's no collar for them, just a class 4 animal. So again, 7mm is what I'm using. All right, guys, this is the Tibetan fox, and I have killed 3 or 4 mythicals so far. I haven't come across that legendary yet, but I think Scarecrow did get a diamond Tibetan fox, I'm pretty sure. But this is the areas that I found them in. They're mostly in the north, as you can see here. And I just circled this because they're all along a lot of these. This is like a little dried up riverbank, and it goes all the way down into this river system down here. But from what I can tell, the fox are mostly in the north, and they're all along all those little pockets of water that follow that riverbank there. And then there's some other places here that there are too. Now, there are some of these lakes that I have found several foxes at, so I've not really gotten into hunting them hardcore yet. But there's one of these lakes that is absolutely loaded with fox, and I haven't been able to find which one it is yet, because sometimes they do show up late. But this is all the spots that I found them drinking at. I use the 243 on the fox because, you know, they are a class 2 animal, and you can use the jackrabbit collar on them. All right, guys, now we have the Barasinga, and I know they probably have way more zones than this. And this is probably just, I've been hunting at these times of day when they were there to pick up the tracks and things. But these are the spots that I have found so far. They do drink from 12 to 1,500. And they are a class 6 animal, and you can use the antler rattler on them. Now, they're pretty tough. They go up max weight at 280 kg. And the 7mm at 150 does pretty well on them. But if you do those 300-meter shots on these Barasinga, they're pretty tough. They're like shooting a red deer. You better be spot on with your aim, or you'll be tracking them for a while. All right, guys, we are going to look at the black buck. They drink now from 18 to 2100. And you can use an antler rattler on them to call them if you need to. And they are a class 3 animal, so that's going to be the 243 that I use on them. Again, that's your choice, but that's what I'm using. And I have found them at several of these little small lakes right here in this big circle. And I found them there, and they're probably in some of these other lakes too that I don't have circled, but as of right now, and they're all along this river as well. So you can see a lot of blackbuds along there, but they're in this bottom quadrant here, bottom right corner of the map mostly, and they usually just fold right up when you shoot them if you give them a good shot. They've been remastered and they look absolutely stunning with their new fur types. So that is the black buck. All right, guys, this is the blue sheep, and they drink from 14 to 1700. And I did get a blue sheep diamond. As a matter of fact, that is him standing right there. I put him as my little image right there. He was a 5 medium, and I found him. I can't remember which one I found him at, actually. It was somewhere over, it's one of these areas over here somewhere. But they are just a class 4 animal, so I used the 7mm and dropped, and there's no call for them, unfortunately. But you see some, I want to say they're mostly in the north, but you can see over here, they actually come down a little bit over on the left side over here. Now, I've not found any over here in this area, but this is all the spots that I found them, and I'm pretty confident that they're probably up in some of these spots too, and I just haven't come across them yet. But these are all the places that I have come across them. They drink 14 to 1700. And I'm hearing a lot of people getting multiple blue sheep diamonds. I think they might be one of the easier diamonds to get in the game. All right, guys, now we are on to the Neilgai, and they drink from 8 to 1200. They are a class 6 animal, and you can use the snort wheeze collar on them if you want to call them in, or if you get one that is calm, that you just don't have the angle on. Sometimes I don't use collars a lot, but I do use them in situations like that when I need to get them to turn around or get out from behind a tree or something like that. Several zones for them. You can see they're mid-map to a little bit southern when you come down here, but mostly mid-map area and a few lakes down here. And that's the Neilgai, just class 6 snort wheeze. All right, and now we have the cutest animal on the map, in my opinion, the northern red muntjac, and they drink from 15 to 1800. These are a class 2 animal. They don't get very big at all, and they use a roe deer collar, and they're very confined to this little area right here of the map, so you don't have to go looking too far across the map for these guys. I have only found them on the right side of the river so far, and on the southern bank of the river. I haven't found a single red muntjac drinking on the northern side of the river. They have all been on the south side drinking, and then at these 3 lakes as well. Now, they may be over on this side yet. I've just not made my way during that time yet. I've been focusing on other things during that time, but this is where I have found them so far. I have shot a few max weights. I've shot some level 4s, gotten some golds. I have not come across a level 5 northern red muntjac yet, but you can use that roe collar on them and they sound a lot like a roe deer too. Now we have the water buffalo, and they drink from 12 to 1500, and we see bottom right of the map here in this bottom quarter of the map, and found them on several lakes so far, and I've only found them right there on the river, but I wouldn't be surprised if they show up a few more places on the river. But anyway, bottom right quarter of the map, and they're class 9, and that's it. Bring your big gun. You know, I've killed several of them already with the bow in self-defense. They go super aggressive. They've been reskinned. They look beautiful. And that's about all we got on the water buffalo. I've not killed a very big one yet. I've killed some mythicals, and man, those horns look amazing on them too. I wonder if we can still get mythical diamonds. Somebody let me know in the comments. After you've played for a little bit, can you get a mythical diamond water buffalo still? I've heard reports that you can get mythical yaks. But anyway, class 9 animal, that's all we got for them. And that leads us to the wild yak, 8 to 12. So they drink the same time that the water buffalo do, but they are up here in the north. Couldn't tell you how many times I've been going for something and actually gotten chased by a wild jack. So again, have that bow ready. They are a class 9 animal. There is no collar for them. I've got a couple of spots. Now, I have spent more time on the wild jack probably than any of the other species. They're my funnest animal. In my opinion, they're the funnest animal to hunt. I've got a couple of fire spots here. These 2 zones right here are amazing for wild jack. That tent, actually, I moved over to this side because right through there is where I see the majority of them. I have been trolled twice by the wild jack. I've seen legendaries. I've killed 2 legendaries and they trolled me. And I have heard people saying that they have killed mythicals and they made diamond. So I don't know. My first 2 legendaries trolled me. So I'm going to keep hunting them though, because it just seems like there's so many max weight ones and they are in huge herds on some of these lakes. They're just so fun to hunt. My favorite animal so far, and those are my 2 favorite spots. So guys, that is it. Let me know your experience with wild jack. Do you get trolled a lot with them as you're out there hunting them? Let me know in the comments what your favorite animal to hunt is. Make sure to check out my keen eye video and my video on finding zones fast. That one focuses more on drink zones, and the keen eye focuses more on feed zones and rest zones. Make sure to check those videos out. Good luck out there, guys. As soon as I get this edited, I'll be out there hunting as well. It is day 1. It's early on day 1. My name is Darth Slone, guys. Make sure to tell a friend. Check this video out. The more it gets shared, the more it gets liked and commented on, the better chance it has of getting out there for more people to see it. I hope this helps a ton of people at least get a nice fresh start on Sundarpatan. Easily my favorite map so far. The only question mark for me is, how is it going to be Great One grinding or Great One hunting for the tar? Is it too big of a challenge? Is it just right? Only time will tell. But you guys get out there, hunt the coolest map in the game, or be hunted by the Bengal tiger. You guys have a good one. My name's Darth Slone. Or wait, you guys have a great one. We'll catch you in the next video.